Oh, and then we got on this whole thing, we had Lalas chiming in today and hedging on some of, and we'll see the hedging. And the first hedge on the GeoGate is, let me see, it's on the back here. It's at 4:30, 4 minutes and 30 seconds in. I'll give you my reaction, then you guys can react.
Okay, you tell me when to stop.
Okay. You mentioned the fact that a U.S. national team game was having female referees. Now that's a horrible thing and a bad thing for Claudia. But I would say this, Mossy. Sometimes I would love in this day and age to snap my fingers and everybody's personal communications were public, and to see what we would be as a culture, as a country, and as individuals. And
okay, that's enough.
I'm sure that you and
basically he's basically kind of giving Claudio an out here. But let me put it this way: in this circumstance, Claudio Reyna is not having a personal fucking conversation like Brett and I have on the phone.
I was going to say
he is sending emails to U.S. Soccer. And by the way, he used to work at U.S. Soccer, and he's a exec at a fucking wherever he was at the time. I think Man City, could have been somewhere else. But regardless, he's sending these in a professional, as a professional to U.S. Soccer. This is not a private. This is not personal. So this is not comparable. Nobody's saying that we're all perfect and that we haven't said things one-on-one with our personal friends in private. This isn't that. This is not a private fucking party or a private conversation. Reyna said this to U.S. Soccer in an official email, in an official capacity. So yes, that is able to be scrutinized. And no, he should not have said that shit. Just saying.
So who did he send that? I forgot who he sent that text to.
U.S. Soccer.
Like,
I don't know who specifically because they blacked out his name.
Fair enough. It's possible that maybe he was just venting to a friend.
You don't do that.
What did he say? The woman, is this about the woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that shit was crazy.
Yes. Bad refs are bad refs. I don't care.
Yeah, we talked about this on Thursday too.
Or
yeah,
a vagina.
Yeah, that's just crazy, dude.
But yeah, I was gonna make the joke. I'm like, God, when Alexa's like, yeah, I wish everybody's text or everybody's communications would be made public. I'm
no,
like, God, I hope to God they don't follow Derek and my
Twitter,
my comment thread. And Jesus,
I can tell you this much: if you did make Brett and I's private conversations public, you won't see a fucking single comment of us saying that all women refs are bad, because we would never say anything.
Just women drivers, right, Derek?
If you had my messages leaked, guys, oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. If you're private messaging somebody you know really well, you can say things that would sound horrible to others.
Yeah, you can.
Out of context.
No, that's a valid thing, because listen, there's some things that Weston says to me that are fucking insane, that if he said it to the general public, they'd be like, "Oh my God." But and to me they're just like LOL.
But that's why it's a private message. Yeah. So if I send something outrageous to Brett in jest, he's going to know it's a joke. Now, this is not the same situation, Lalas. This is Claudio Reyna sending a message about a U17 game that's being played, in which he is an executive or working for, at the time, I believe, U.S. Soccer, and he's sending that in a professional capacity to U.S. Soccer. And I believe he was an executive somewhere. I don't think it was Austin yet, but I believe he had at least already been and had a job at U.S. Soccer. Okay, so he had all the connections. That transmission is a professional transmission to U.S. Soccer, and that goes somewhere, and it's going to be stored. You're a moron if you think that that's not going to be exposed at some point.
Say, Derek, if you got investigated, and they're like, oh, this guy, Mr. Corbett over here, is his podcast co-host, and they go through my text messages, so they're going to find out who you'd like to do what to, and with the 10 entry. And I'm just saying. No,
no. I'm talking about emails. This was an email. That's even worse than a text message, because that is definitely being.
Wait, why are you emailing? But why is Claudio even emailing? Like,
because he's a dinosaur.
Yo, he is a dinosaur. But I never really. The only person I know emails is Elon Musk and Ed Sheeran. They don't have phone numbers. They don't have phones. They email. They email everything. My friend had Elon Musk on a podcast, and he said that the way they conversate with him to like set it up was you literally have to email him.
Yeah. So
that's
I would say this though as well, that if you've ever worked at a job, your professional emails going out through your email at work to anybody, that shit's all going to come back to haunt you. So yes, you act professional. You don't send an email like that to U.S. Soccer. That's just
why are they emailing U.S. Soccer when you can just call them though?
Well, he could. That'd probably be less capturable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it would make more sense to call.
Like, hey, stop using women refs, you fucking doofuses. Hang up.
That's a horrible thing to say.
It's a horrible thing to say, but guess what? At least you can't prove that he said it.
That's true. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there was something in the investigation where they talked about an in-person conversation, I think, at Qatar, and they brought up a description of something, and they're like, "Well, that was to the best of my recollection," you know.
That was the comments that Danielle made about his shoes and his bouncing balls.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Speaking of Qatar.
Okay, can we take this quote real quick before you do that?